Alright, chat. We'll go through the trades. I labeled some of them yesterday. And then we'll look at we'll be scanning a bit. Be the plan, I think. Okay, let's go. I just quickly go through the trade just as a quick summary, and then we'll do some scanning. Alright, there we are. Just to see what we did this week, so this one on big trade. I don't know, all of a sudden here I'm like tired. This is part of a vertical. I rolled the puts for that Iron Condor, although I'm being tested on the call side, so we'll see what happens there. Drinking some water. Trying my hand at futures here. Not stopped out. I think we re-enter. That was bad. A lot of money on the table. This one was good, but not as good as a future trade. Russell. Oh. It's all one day? No, these are multiple days. I was in this for multiple days. What's this in here? Weird. Maybe it finally closed out? That's why it showed up? Weird. Yeah, because it says May 7. Weird. Weird that showed up. I guess it just closed now. Alright, we'll just keep going. Going on. I rolled puts on this as well. What was this? Oh, it was a... What was this? This is still open. Oh, I think I rolled it because, yeah, that's what I did. I rolled this one. I rolled this call and it went down. My thumb hurts. Thumb really hurts. Wow. Ow. Carpal tunnel chat. Ow. Okay. Gotta keep going, slowed down chat. Yeah, I just rolled this call, I think. What I did there. This is probably part of that vertical Iron Condor vertical roll thing. Same thing here. Oh no, this was SQQQ. Day was this? The 12th? Monday? Just choppy. Kind of sucks it wasn't going higher. This is still open. It's got quite the realized, unrealized gain, so I'm happy about this one. Find my hand at futures, I guess that's all I can say. I think this is part of a vertical. Yeah. Got chopped up in there. I don't like that it defaults to the 1 minute. I mean, it need at least need the 15 minute. I don't know why my nose. I gotta take my Montelukast. I'm taking my allergy med. That. Then I get stuffy noses. I did weights. I think I went too hard. And now I'm like feeling it. Right, we gotta hurry up. We gotta find some things to do this week. SDAO. Same thing, would have been above VWAP. Trying your hand at it. See if it works. Didn't work that time. That didn't work either, but same setup. Be above or below VWAP, and you just have to look at the momentum of the underlying. Where did I open this one? Right, entered the trade. Oh, right there. Not necessarily wrong. I wanted to go back to 80 and then it went all the way down here. That's 200 bucks. Yeah. I guess it didn't happen till the next day though. Chopped up, chopped out. Yeah, it's too bad I had to go all the way down here. That kind of made me upset. But I guess we could have just come right back to here and then get back in the trade. I'm not doing that. For whatever reason. This would have been part of that vertical. I think that's it. Those are the trades. I mean, supposedly up. I guess that's true. Some of the credit I received on those plays. So we have to continue to monitor the Iron Condor, which I don't really like the monitoring of those. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I'm making money on the put side, but that's it. Like, I guess I could just keep milking the puts as long as the market keeps going up. Like, that's all. I'll just monitor the put side, and every time I get like 50 to 80% or whatever, 100%. I think I got 100% of the premium on some of them. At least 80%. I know one of them was at least 80. The other one was like 75% of the premium on the put side. That saved me about 100 bucks. So I think in theory you could kind of break even. Like, even if it does go deep in the money, because you have a limited loss. Like, it's not an undefined trade. Like, you know how much you're gonna win and you know how much you're gonna lose, like right off the jump. So if I can keep rolling the puts, I might be able to break even on the Iron Condor. So that's what I have to keep doing, which is not fun, but it does generate trades, so that's good. Also generates a lot of fees, so you know, I think I've had it with options. Like, I have to focus on stocks and futures. Like, I've been playing with the futures on a longer time frame in the paper trading account, and that's generating the types of returns that I want to see in my account. You know, like, there's like nothing else really does that. I mean, stock kind of does it. Stock is slow. Futures can go both ways quickly, but I feel like if you have a defined out, you can always take the L and re-enter. Like, you don't have to. And the thing about futures is you could put stops in the overnight. You can't do that with stock or options. Like, stocks and options, you're completely open to overnight risk. Like, just so open to it. And like, you know, it makes you vulnerable. You know, you take huge risk, I think. But I mean, I guess you have weekend risk with futures because it does close for a few days. So if, or 24 hours or whatever it happens to be, Friday to Sunday, I guess it's like 48 hours or something. So I guess you're exposed in that way, but again, you can have your stops. So that's, I mean, it's nice Monday through Friday. It's basically continuous. I mean, it's a chance to continuously make money all week long. So, yeah. But with that said, I think it's time to do some scanning. Gotta find some things to trade. Actually, I think we'll start with the futures and then we'll do this. We'll look at who's outperforming. Let's get to my area here. So we'll look at MYM. No, I don't know. I don't know if I like these on here. Sometimes I like them, and sometimes I think they just like distract me from like. I just want to see the chart, trend lines that I've drawn. And I'm thinking too, like, I need to move from like the trend lines to really thinking about just maybe using like the moving averages, because it's about the same thing. I think you have to think of it in a slightly different way. Like, you'd want, like, you don't necessarily want to buy the breakout. And I think the trend line strategy kind of forces you to do that. This is the daily. The VWAP on the daily isn't... I think if it was anchored, it might be better. No, I think if it, you know, if it does... So right here, we're kind of still in this downtrend. So, like, if it does break out, that might be more bullish. So, there could be a trade there. Let me just get rid of all these alerts. Like, I don't even know what they're for. I don't remember. I didn't label them. Get rid of them. Nothing way down there we need anymore. I think if we bust above this... I mean, the upside isn't crazy, but... You know, you just have to kind of go with it. Like, if it wants to go higher, then it goes higher. So I'll put an alert here. You know, I'll give it a shot to be a trade up there. My stop would have to be... What? I guess it technically has to be all the way down here. But... And then I would go short, I guess, below here. So, those are my levels for MYM. But again, you know, you see this? Like, we're hitting this trend line again. And this one I drawn when, like, these were connected. I don't think I even drew it when that was there. So... I did do a healthy pullback though. I mean, it could have reached the 200, but that's certainly not a requirement. And it's staying on this longer term trend line that I think is from October. Yeah. So it's above that now. If it gets above here, I would say, there you go long. If it's below there, I'd go short. I don't know how long I'd be short either. It'd have to be really tight on that stop. Because again, this is an uptrend. Like even though it kind of a localized downward situation, like this thing is up. We are rolling to the upside this year. And then look, even here, there's a switch back to bullish. So. Alright, well we set those up. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Let's go to NVS. Neutral on the hourly, we're bullish, supery dupery bullish. Give it all these alerts because I never remember, like, set them up now so I kind of remember why they're here. Since I don't, like, why is there an alert there? So, there's kind of a trade here. So how many points would I have to be willing to risk? So at least to this line, so we're talking 80 to... So 80 times, what, 5? 80 times 5? Oh, that's a lot. So 80 times 5 is $400. And then to the upside though, what do we have? 200 points to the upside, so... 500? Like if you were lucky? So 200 points times 5 is $1,000. So risking 400 to make 1,000. I mean, that's not bad. I don't think it's the strongest play though. I mean, I think I risk less playing the Dow. Well, let's be so yeah, it would be up here. It'd be this trend line, which is totally possible. Would I re-enter on a retest of this trend line? Probably with the tight stop. Below it though, I have to be bearish. Yeah, there's only a trade, I think, if it falls back down to here somewhere. Like, it doesn't have to be here, but it's got to pull back. A pullback is probably viable. Probably a pullback to here is viable, but if it goes below this line, then I would say no. So this is the retail sales or whatever data line that was. Is this retail sales? What was this? 6 a.m. da da da. And this was just Friday. I don't think there was any data on Friday. This is retail sales. Or was there a number? I don't remember. What happened last week? What had happened? What had happened was yeah, it had to have been the retail sales because that's Thursday, Friday. We need to highlight the overnight here. This is a little ridiculous. Highlight the overnight. Futures. Highlight. Why? Thank you. Now I gotta save it because it won't save it. Not what I want. Not what I want. Not what I want. Here's the... I would maybe go long on a retest of this. Now, I guess it breaks here, you have to go long too, but that's hitting all-time highs again, so that's... I don't know. I don't know about that. So we'll move on. I guess I should be writing down like what the alert's for. That might be helpful. Alright, the queue. Let's go. Let's go. The same chart. Can I label this better? Let me go to my 4-hour futures. Should just be doing it from here anyway. Like I do and doing the other time frames. Yeah, I don't know if there's a trade here. So if I did want to go long, I'd be risking like 600 down to 200. That's 400 points. Oh, that's what, 2 grand? Yikes. To make all the way up to here. Yeah, you'd want it to go back to all-time highs. We at least want it to come up to here. It's like 1,000 points. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. So, maybe let it come back a little bit. If it comes back, I think pullbacks are still viable. I mean, unless there's this big tantrum before Jackson Hole. And I don't know what's gonna happen. What's the topic of Jackson Hole? Because they always have a topic, so that will give you some idea of what he's gonna talk about. Fed meeting. I think it's all the world's bankers too. It was all the central bankers of the world will be in Wyoming. In case you wanted to know where they're all gonna be next week. They'll be in Jackson Hole. Man, I want to go here though. Like, we all need to go on a vacation to Jackson Hole. I wanted to do all of like, yeah, that would be a good, so I've decided I kind of want to go to Everest. And so maybe in the effort to go to Everest, we need to go to Yellowstone and Jackson Hole, because then we could practice hiking and gaining elevation. I've never really done that, and I want to hike to at least base camp of Everest. At some point we'll do, I think at some point I'll summit Everest. I don't know when that will be. Putting it out there now, I guess, into the universe. I haven't decided when I would do that, because it's a lot of training, so I have to climb mountains first. You want to conquer the biggest mountain in the world, you got to go climb little ones. So, and at least gain elevation up to like 17,000 feet, because that's where base camp, the first base camp of Everest is 17,000 feet. And that's where all like the fun little things are too. So you have like the restaurants and the hotels, you get the views and whatnot. Other things to do there too. There's like different valleys to hike, and like there's a whole thing there. Like it's just like super remote. It really puts you, I think, to the test, both mentally and physically. Anyway, that is not. So, the Economic Symposium, reassessing the effectiveness and transmission of monetary policy. What does that mean? Like, how we communicate about monetary policy? Is that what that means? Reassessing the effectiveness and transmission of monetary policy. What is that topic about? So is he going to change the message? This is the 45th Annual Economic Policy Symposium. Some milestone. Wait, where's the agenda? So they have last year's agenda. Jackson Hole through the years. So the theme last year was structural shifts in the global economy. Okay, I'm gonna view last year's agenda. So, okay. Jay Powell gets to open it up. I don't think we ever see that. We only see the final statement that he does. Or maybe that's the one we do see. Oh man, they had the Bank of Japan there last year. He was doing a talk. The WTO, Bank of England, Global Financial Flows Symposium thing. Some professor from Berkeley and a professor from Harvard. Our thesis in this paper is that high public debts are not going to decline significantly for the foreseeable future. Countries are going to have to live with this new reality as a semi-permanent state of affairs. These are not normative statements of what is desirable. They are positive statements of what is likely. Okay, that's a cool statement. High public debts are here to stay. Okay. Global stock. I'm just gonna scroll to the conclusion. Finance uses math, but like, I need to read more articles, but it seems like the writing, they're a little bit more flowery with their writing versus science writing. Just reading this paper right here, like, it's still good, it's whatever, they got math in there and whatnot, but like science writing is very different. Debt restructuring. Okay, here's the conclusion. High debt ratios. I don't know, it's just a summary of like high debt in different countries and it's not going away. That's what I got out of that. Global supply chains. Okay, companies. I like how they scour for different words in the earnings calls. This is like kind of over my head. I'd have to sit here and like really think about this. Never seen this equation before. A regression. I understand kind of what those are, but I don't know what all the little letters and numbers mean. Okay, so let's look at the other topic. This was last year. So what are the topics gonna be then? What are the topics gonna be? Oh, that was 2022. So this is like all old. They don't give you any of the new stuff yet. So reassessing the effectiveness and transmission of monetary. So how we talk about monetary policy. What's the outcome of this gonna be? What kind of topic is that? Like, I get like structural shifts in the global economy or reassessing constraints on economy and policy, but the effectiveness and whatever of the transmission? I don't know. I don't know what that means. So yeah, we'll anyway, that's on the 22nd through the 24th. I think he says something on Friday. Powell will say something on Friday, I think. Ooh, we get some data too. So we get unemployment and PMIs. And they got Powell at 7 a.m. Ooh, okay, 7 a.m. Friday. Market will move, I think. And then there's new home sales. And then... okay. I don't think he says anything yet. It's Friday. The market's not going to move till Friday. I think it'll generally be bullish. It'll be like bullish to sideways. That's my just guess of the situation. At least for the indices. And then once... well, we do have like Bostic and people speaking through the week. So Tuesday we have a couple speakers. Oh, we get the meeting minutes. That could... I mean, that usually just is like a blip on the radar. It's not usually a big thing. PMI, unemployment, that'll be important. And then Powell speaks on Friday. I think just follow your trend lines. That's all I can say. I mean, I think there's some... what is the move for this week? To see how volatile we're supposed to get this week. The range. The end of the week is the 23rd. This is 9 points. There's not... volatility down. Yeah. Plus or minus 9 points. Like... That's nothing. I mean, it's something, but it's not like 20 points or whatever. Crazy volatility. Volatility's kind of died. I think if there's a chance that it goes down, it's probably not until Friday, because that's what happened that one year. I don't remember what happened last year at Jackson Hole. I think that's when he announced that they're going to cut, and then that was like positive. That was like positive, if I remember correctly. I'd have to roll back the charts, I guess. Let's let's go back to July of... That's November. So we want to go back to July of 23. Yeah, that's when we're reaching our first tippy top. So CPI. Did I even mark Jackson Hole? I didn't really mark it. It must have been somewhere in here. And there was a pullback until October, and then from October to now has been a crazy bull market. March to here. So it's like kind of like typical summer trading. I mean, it's like... But again, if there is a chance the market goes down, it's probably not until Friday. So bullish to up till Friday. And then you get to make a decision about where we're going until October. But I'm just going to follow the trend lines. Like if it goes below, we're short. If we touch it and stay above, I'll stay long. That's all I'm doing. Like that's the alert we will set for ourselves. So we'll just keep track of our trend lines. Let's move on to the other future. That would be... Look at these on the... I have it right here. So we have it here. Go on to the next one. This is crude. I think I have an alert. We'll go long above, short below. Single, last, create. Short below right here, create single or below. Okay. These are 1 hour. I need a 4 hour. I'm on the 4 hour. And let's do 180 days. Boom. Kind of in a range. Yeah, it's like range bound. Like at the lower end of the range. Kind of somewhat long bias here, but we'll just take whatever we get on the alerts. We'll see where it lands us. This gap down, like I would play maybe for this gap fill. So that's maybe $3. That's not bad. And then for dollar downside, like, yeah, I'm a little bit longer biased here, even though I know it's kind of going down, but I guess if it goes down here, that's like $4. That's not bad either. And then your stop is like this trend line, so that would be... That's like $1. Like, yeah, let's take it. Either way, I like it. This needs to be a different time frame altogether. I need to save this. I need to make sure it saves. Rid of all these. Extend this one out. And maybe kind of sort of draw one from here to here, sort of kind of. So it's slightly above it, you'd be somewhat bullish, so you have to tolerate from 50 down to, so that's 50 points times what, 5? $250. Downside, what do we have to the upside? So 152. So 100 points to the upside. 500. The risk to rewards there. You could. This one's tougher to like buy the dip on this one, but I'll put an alert here. We pull back, that would be nice. Yeah, I want something a little less subjective. I don't really like these kinds of trend lines because it's like it kind of went down really, really fast, and so you have more of a, to me, it's like more of a range-bound item. It's in the middle of this range. But it could explore these highs again. No reason it couldn't. There's no reason. This has not really presented a trading opportunity. It's stuck in its range, so I've never traded Bitcoin before, but it has not really moved outside of this. I haven't adjusted any of these lines. So this line is from September 23. That's this line. This is probably a misplaced line, but I would say probably short below here if it ever did get down there. That's the only play I kind of see. Build the gap, but it hasn't come back up and through this. But it is above this line, so like, so it's outside of this, it's just trading inside of this. So if it went below, it's about, that's still quite a few points. Then it also fell outside of this line. So you kind of wanted it to stay going this way. So it's probably a short, but where's your stop? Like way up here? You gotta let this thing go like 1,000 points? So somewhere closer into these lines, then make a decision. I don't know what to do there. I think we've defined some trades here, so we shall see. Let's go to Interactive Brokers. But also here. We could look at the things to look at. So, real estate, okay. Healthcare, Staples, NASDAQ, communications. Let's look at healthcare. An easier scan for this is like Finviz. that it's like the best, but it's like so we want to look at healthcare, we want to look at over 5, we want to look at volume over 1 million. Sort it by volume. This is a monkeypox. These had some ADHD drug. Pfizer. Like a downtrend. Yeah, this is kind of a miss here. This is interesting. This chart. Medtronic chart is interesting. Abbott, Novavax. I didn't trade that one right. Oh man, this thing. Crazy. Where'd it get down to? Now it's at 193. Thanks. If they come out with like a weight loss drug, it's over. It's over on that one. I don't know if they have anyone in the pipeline. This is also interesting. MDT and GSK, that's good 2 choices there. So let's take a look. Let's go back to the time frames. So GSK. I don't really want to see that. I want to see 1 hour in 1 day. This is a little obnoxious. Oh man, I think this is a go. Yeah, it's come out of this. It's in an uptrend. It's already past the dividend. I think we give this one a shot. I'm not even joking. This one goes in. Wait, we can even do the, let's see here. I wanted to do this. What's it called? Risk Navigator. Just open it, otherwise now I'm gonna have to like configure this. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay. technically get, I guess I could get, did I do that right? I think I did that right. Technically I can get 400 shares, but what that looks like. That would be the full size. It does tie up a lot of capital though. Or I could see, no, I just need to do stock, but let me just have a look-see. Alright, we'll do it. See if it comes back down. Oh, let's see what it does. Next one was Medtronic. They have a stock split or something? I thought they were like really expensive. Well, they just came down from Grace here, fall from Grace. It was all the way up here, it's now all the way down here. Yikes. That's not the same trend as we saw in the other stock in GlaxoSmithKline. This is now at Rona pricing. Is that fair? Is that... That's only intriguing because it's down here at Rona pricing. We're in Rona pricing zones here. Is that undervalued? Like, not enough for Medtronic? Like, would you buy and hold this, just hold it for the rest of your life? Like, is this the time to buy Medtronic? Neutral from avoid. It's all buy, 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 buy. Over here. Total, what's their debt? Long-term debt to capital. What's the industry? Looks like it's gone down. Income, earnings. Medical, surgical, cardiac. Recent quarters. Yeah, and then how are they affected by, like, well, I guess it's more the insulin, not the insulin products that are regulated. And this stuff doesn't become any cheaper though. Like none of this, unless there's like a neuroscience, medical, surgical. How long would you have to hold this though? I feel like this is something you'd have to put in a long-term portfolio, not really something you'd trade. Even GlaxoSmithKline like that would be more of a long-term. I'm only intrigued because it's at Rona pricing, and we're not in Rona. Like, I mean, I guess there was maybe more of a need then? Medical stuff? I don't know. But this stuff doesn't become any cheaper. Like, medical equipment doesn't become cheaper over time. It's like more expensive. And then if you have innovation, then that's even more expensive. And not an American company, that kind of sucks. Medtronic. I'll even do AI too. AI medicine, let's go. See how. How are we unlocking this? It's not sci-fi, it's AI. I like this. Does it have a dividend? I think it has a dividend. Dividend. Yes, it does. Oh. Well, I like this. Where should I buy it at? That's my only... I won't put that on the list. I gotta think about this one. This one's actually like, I might do something in my long-term portfolio with this one. I mean, even GlaxoSmithKline, like that could be in the long-term portfolio too. Maybe not in the trading portfolio. Because like if we look, what's the ATR? ATR is good. Like even here it's good. Earnings are coming up though. Earnings, okay. 820. Oh shit, that's this week. Oh man. Oh, what if it like shoots up on earnings? It may or may not. I mean, again, it's in Rona pricing right now. This thing's in a downtrend, but it's like, how does medical equipment become less profitable over time? I feel like that it becomes more profitable. Like you either have devices that you can continually use. There's devices that are needed for particular procedures that may be more in demand. You know, and I don't know, like in our modern time, like you think about recessions of past, like I don't think that because it's so different now how things are distributed. Like it's not like you're gonna have, even if there was a recession, I don't know that the drop in demand would be enough to tank a company like this. And it's a worldwide company. It's not just like in one place. They ship this stuff all over the world. Maybe we buy it for earnings. and if it goes down, who cares? Just hold on to it. Maybe buy more. Yeah, it's just to the end of the year though. That's my only thing. Like this account has to kind of be reset at the end of the year, and it's like you want to hold on to something. This might be something you'd have to hold on to like through next year. So it makes more sense in a longer term. I guess it doesn't really matter if it gets a gain and you have to rebuy it, you just hold on to it. Like it's not that big of a deal. I would just like to buy this though. Yeah. Maybe you play the volatility of earnings, like if you could get in, like sometimes it goes through its whole range. Like you can maybe get it at 76, and even if it doesn't go higher, like maybe you get it here and then it just goes back up to the 200 and you still make money. Like, I don't think it's gonna drop all the way down here. What's the expected move? Heck. The earnings are this week. They do have weekly options. Yeah, it looks like they have weekly options. $4. It is high and 5 volatility, so $3 to $5. So 80, and if you could get it down here. Put in an order at like 75. See if it fills it on earnings. Go long. 76.89. Let's do it. This is crazy. This is a crazy. 76.89. We'll do DTC. And we'll do 100 shares. And we'll review. And we'll hit send. Now, I wish I could do that in my long term. I just don't have the same capital in there right now. But whatever, we'll see. This is like forming a base, and like again, like I don't think, like yeah, like neutral. Won't hurt in the long haul. For some reason, they think that this company will be hit by weight loss, diabetes drugs. Is that true? Maybe the diabetes part of it, possibly, but like not enough people are on GLP-1s yet. Yeah, and bariatric surgery's been around for a long time. Did concede during the call in February that there has been a modest impact from declines in bariatric surgery. But he added that this may be temporary and that over time more people will become eligible for surgery as patients seek a more permanent treatment of weight loss than using medications alone. What causes a decline in bariatric? I don't think enough people are on GLP-1s yet to warrant this concern. In fact, don't they make other things too? How much? It says neuroscience is more part of their money making than the other stuff. Drugs like Wegovy aren't going to eliminate the need for older people to have heart procedures and manage their blood sugar. Medtronic could also get a boost from using generative artificial intelligence to develop and even more effective treatments and equipment. Man, I'm down. Like, this is Rona pricing. Like, let's go. Again, this is not advice, though. I'm not giving you advice. It is for educational, informational purposes only, not meant to be advice or recommendation. Trading is risky. Investing is risky. Do your own research. That's what I'll say. My disclaimer. Ooh, I like this though. Maybe there's more like Johnson & Johnson. I used to trade that, but again, I want to do more stock. Downgrades. Downgrade. Let's see if we can get it on earnings. I'm not afraid of that. I think this is probably a decent company. I don't know what I'd have to look. We could look at the other stuff later. Like, I'm excited about this. Maybe it'll be a bust. I don't know. We don't know. The only other thing I would maybe look at is communications. And since that's easier to do here than healthcare, because you have to do it in 3 different places here, we'll just look at it here. Fun to look at. Since the NAS is kind of coming back up. Weird fucking companies. Space. Let's go. AT&T, man. Why'd I even get out of that trade, yo? That thing's a beast. I think it's the dividend. I think it's like a safety play. People buy it because of the dividend. Is Uber doing its thing again? Do we need to look at Uber? I don't want to trade. Ooh, Coupang. Coupang's back on the list, yo. Let's take a look at some Coupang. Down. Let's take a look at the chart. Thousand of these. Coupang. Bang. Let's go. Oh man, it traded flat forever. Holy moly. Wow. Like, look at this. Oh my god. From July. Oh my god, for a year. A whole year. Look at this thing. This is crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god. Whole year. Down on its lows. And down on its luck. Where did I trade this? Because I've traded this. I don't know where I traded it at. We gotta show some trades here. Where did I trade this? Where and when? Because I did, I just don't remember when. Showing it to me. I don't remember when I traded this. I'd have to go back and look. I mean, not the greatest chart. It's like, I'm looking now for something that's a little bit, I like it, but it's again, it's one of those things like you gotta hold on to this. Like, this is something you would buy and hold forever. You know, and if you had hope, and I don't know where else Coupang, where else do they sell? Do they sell outside of Korea? So you'd have to be really reliant on... Okay, so it does other things. They have Coupang Play, Coupang Eats. It does things... It's headquartered in Seattle. United States, South Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, China, Japan, and India. So they do Rocket Fresh, which is their groceries, Coupang Eats, which is like Uber Eats, Coupang Play, which is their online content and streaming. Okay, so what makes them the most money? Where's that chart? Oh, that's not on here. I like it when they have that little graph, that little... And it shows like what segments make them the most money. To me though, it's still a buy and hold. I want something a little bit more. It's cheap though. It's cheaper than that other stuff that I bought. Still kind of buy and holdy though. And we only have what, 70 cents a day? The volume. 7 million. Kind of outside, like if you compare it to these other things, like 11. Uber has a lot of volume. Meta. It's a good Uber. That's like your day trading kind of stuff, like Uber. I mean, it's still in an uptrend. Even with this dip down here to 54. I'll put an alert here. I'll think about Uber. What else is on the list? We know Shopify. That's gone up. Let's take a look at Cisco. It's trading in a range, man. Like, that's not as exciting as the other ones. Did have decent earnings though, so it'd be kind of an earnings winner play. That's what this one would be. It wouldn't be, this could be a tradable thing. Yeah, the earnings winner kind of situation. It's cheap enough. You'd see if it can continue to go. I think that would be fair. That's how I would play this one, as an earnings winner. It would have to stay above 48. Entering now isn't terrible. I wouldn't want this below the 200 at all. I would have a pretty strict stop on this. This would be an earnings winner play. And we get $1 a day movement, 30 cents for the hour. That's good. That could be like a tech play as an earnings winner. So like into next earnings. Yeah. And it came back from both earnings and then also that Monday drop. It didn't stay there. So I think so. Just as an earnings winner play. Alright, we did some scans. Wow. Okay, so I set my alerts for some futures trades, so we'll see how that goes. We did put in some trades for healthcare and communications, because those are sectors that are up. Based on this 3-month graph here, so we picked those two to look at, put on a couple of trades, and again I have all my alerts set. I'll recap some of this in my short. Hopefully I can make that later today. But again, remember this is for informational educational purposes only, not to be recommendation or advice, financial advice. Trading is risky. Please do your own research. Again, mostly it's for accountability and just documenting my journey here. Yeah, if you like what you see, make sure to follow us at Wilsfer, like and share, subscribe, and I wish you a safe and profitable trading week. Remember, there's Jackson Hole this week on Friday, so be aware. Watch your trades.